Welcome to class, everybody. Today is a relaxing side body stretch. So you're not only going to build more awareness in your side bodies, but you're going to get a nice little juicy stretch in right below your hanging ribs and above your hip bone. Right in that juicy spot, we're going to get a lot of sensations. So whenever you're ready, meet me in a comfortable seated position, not in Virasana. So make sure you're seated with your hip bones on the ground. And once you find your comfortable seated position, just bring your hands to heart center or resting them down in your lap, just to find a couple breaths here with our eyes closed. Just to bring a little bit of awareness to your breath and awareness to how the energy flows from the hips all the way up through the spine to the crown of the head. So whatever feels like to you, just stepping inside the body. And on the next inhale, just send the hands up all the way towards the ceiling. Try to reach through the spine, get long. As you exhale, let's drop the right hand down. Reach the left hand over top. We're going to find a nice little side stretch into this left side body. So make sure the left hip bone stays all the way on the ground. Reach through the side, get long with the arm here. One more full breath. Maybe the elbow comes down, making sure that hip bone stays all the way on the ground. Find your last exhale. And we're going to inhale, come all the way back up to the center. Reach long. As you exhale, come down to the left side. Just switching sides, reaching that right arm over top. Right hip bone stays planted. Again, this is where we're targeting. Find a big breath here. Reaching through. I like to gaze towards the ceiling here. Oh, this feels lovely. Find that last exhale. And then let's inhale, come all the way back up to the center, reach long. As you exhale, hands come down in front of you. Keep that long spine, walk the hands down. We're coming to a forward fold here. So once you get to your forward fold, we're gonna come to the right side first. So walk the right hand over to the right side a little bit and step the left hand all the way on top of the right hand. Breathing here. One full breath. See if you can reach through that left side body. Send the left hip crease back to the back of the room. Ending with an exhale here. Wonderful. Inhale, walk to the center. And then exhale over to the left. So the left hand steps over. Right hand reaches all the way over top. Nice stretch into the right side of the ribs this time. And really it's just sending that right hip crease back. That's where you get most of the sensation here. And again, it brings a lot of internal awareness. So after that last exhale, come back to the center on the inhale and start to make your way up. Sitting all the way up. And all we're going to do is rock forward into our tabletop position. Meeting me there, taking your time. Cleaning off your mat as always. And once you find your tabletop, just 2 regular cat-cows first. So on the inhale, let's drop the belly button and reach the chin up to the ceiling. Open the chest. As you exhale, let's curl around the back. One more. Inhale. Again, give a nice pull to the chest front. And as you exhale, really push with the hands, broaden the scapula, round the back. Wonderful, neutral spine. We're just going to inhale, straighten that right foot all the way to the back, over to the left, and we're going to drop the foot down. Let's gaze over that left shoulder at that right foot, and reach this right shoulder forward. So I want you to reach it forward away from the right hip. And here, you get a better side stretch into the right side when you keep that lower navel tucked. So you keep it tucked and reaching through here. One more breath. Reaching that right heel back, right shoulder forward. And on the next inhale, bring that right foot all the way to the top. Step it in between the hands. And all we're going to do here is reach the left hand up. So it's like we're in a little lunge area. You can drop the hips forward if you want. I'm going to keep my hips stacked here. We're just going to reach into this left side body here. Oh yeah, I already feel it. Just a little stretch. You can really bend it here. You can reach more up if you want. I just like to have that nice little straight line. All the way from the hips to the armpit to the hands. A little bend to the back. One more inhale. Wonderful. As you exhale, come back to the front. Left hand comes to the ground. Let's straighten out the right leg and forward fold. If you want to move around here, maybe swivel the hips a little bit, maybe a little cat-cow. just to feel good in this space. That's okay. What we're going to do next is walk the hands to the right. Point this foot to the right. So this is a little runner stretch, where we're going to send the leg diagonal. And my hands are going to be over to the right. Send that stretch into the left side body. So take this left hip, send it back to the back side of the room. Reach the left shoulder forward. Again, play around with it here. You'll feel that stretch in the left side body, and definitely the stretch in the outside of the right leg. Feels great. One more inhale. As you exhale, come back to the front. Bending at that right leg, we're going to take a chaturanga or plank, up to you. Inhale, up dog. Wonderful. Exhale, come into your tabletop. We're just going to inhale. Left foot straightens out to the back side. We bring it over to the right, drop it down. Gaze over the right shoulder. Same thing here. Keep that lower navel, that Uddiyana Bandha tucked. Keep it tucked. Send the left hip down and back. Left shoulder forward and to the right. One more inhale and exhale. Really a subtle stretch with this one. And then on the next inhale, pick the left foot up all the way. Send it in between the hands. Reach that right hand up, right hand, and then over to the left. Give a little bend to the body here. Just opening up the chest, opening up the right side body. Again, you keep the lower navel tucked always with these ones. And just breathe. So you might send a little downward motion to that right knee. Upward reaching motion with the right hand. One more inhale. As you exhale, come back to the front. Plant the right hand. Straighten out the left leg, forward fold. Maybe you move around here. Just get comfortable in position. Cat-cow. It's always hard. Anytime you move the pelvic floor in a position like this, it's just like rough. But again, it just builds that awareness into the hips, and the hips connect to that side body. So whenever you're good, send the left foot over to the left at a diagonal line. Walk the hands over to the left, and we're reaching through this right side body. So you really get the feel when you send the hip back. So you got to reach that right hip back, and then the right shoulder forward over to the right. Yes, that's it. Feels good. And just breathe here. Nice leg stretch, nice side body stretch. And then we're coming back to the front on the next inhale. As you exhale, take your chaturanga or plank pose. You can always skip the chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. This time, exhale all the way back into your down dog. We're not going to do too much today. Again, it's relaxing. Just pedal it out here. If you don't want a down dog here, you can always find a puppy pose, dropping the knees down, or a child pose, dropping knees and hips down. But if you're doing your down dog, just one more full breath, still down dog. Get that straight spine, just as straight as you can. Give a little side bend maybe to the hips. Just feeling into the side body. I'm already feeling good. Wonderful. Let's gaze between the hands, jump or step to the top of the mat. We're just going to inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, fold forward. Let the head get heavy. As you inhale, let's stand up all the way, reaching as high as you can towards the ceiling, straighten the spine. Exhale, let's fold all the way back down. Inhale, halfway lift, using the lower back to lift you up. As you exhale, step or jump back into your plank or chaturanga. Up to you. Inhaling, up dog. As you exhale, come back into your down dog. Inhale, right foot lifts up. Three-legged down dog. As you exhale, bend the knee, roll the hip open here. Just one breath here into this right side body. One breath. This is the only vinyasa sequence we're doing, I promise. As you exhale, step the foot down in between the hands. Drop the left knee down. Inhale, reach the left hand up. And as you exhale, lean to the right. 2 breaths. Into the right side body. Lower navel is tucked. You get that lifting sensation all the way up from the hips to the armpit to the hand. Wonderful. Exhale, left hand comes back down. Runner split. Straighten the right leg. Walk the hands to the right. Point the foot to the right. 2 breaths here. Stretching through that left side body, the right side of that right leg. Wonderful. Inhale, come back to the center, bend at the right knee. As you exhale, take your vinyasa. plank or chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhale down dog. Good job, last side. Inhale, left foot reaches high. As you exhale, bend the knee, roll the hip open. Reaching through this left side body just for one breath here. Reaching that left knee up away from the left shoulder. Find the opening in the hip. And then exhale, let's step the foot down in between the hands. Drop the right knee. Inhale, reach that right hand up. Exhale, bend to the left through the spine. And breathe. This is one of my favorite, honestly. Anytime you have a nut lunge, you're not using too much energy with your legs, but just enough to where you get your body warm, helps you reach through your fascia more. And here, every time I post up on my fingers, last night in my jiu-jitsu practice, I stubbed it so hard. So it hurts, it's okay though. Let's exhale, bring that right hand down, straighten out the left foot, come to that runner split. We walk our hands over to the left, point the foot to the left, and breathe here. Again, the right side body gets it here. Yeah, the only reason I brought that up though is because all these poses were on our fingers. And this poor guy is feeling it. On your next inhale, walk back to the front, bending at the right knee, coming to a low dragon. And then exhale, send the left foot back, take your vinyasa, plank or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Wonderful. Let's exhale into a wide child pose. So bring your knees as wide as the mat, send your hips all the way back, walk your hands forward, and let the forehead rest. Just one breath here in a regular child pose. And then on your next exhale, we're going to bring that right hand all the way over, step it on top of the left hand, reach through this right side body. So really reach that right hip crease to the back side of the room. Maybe you have a little bit more control to do that now. Wonderful. Find your last exhale. Inhale, walk back to the center. Maybe get long. Exhale, walk the left hand over to the right hand. Stepping it there, 2 breaths here. Reaching in that left hip crease. Left side body gets long. Oh, this feels good. Ending with your exhale. We come back to the center on the inhale. Let's gaze forward. Inhale, roll all the way into your up dog or seal pose. Exhale into your last down dog. Pedal it out. And sway the hips left and right. So that's always my favorite to do in any side body flow. Once you hop to your down dog, you just feel the sensations right above the hips, below the outside hanging ribs. Wonderful. Find your last inhale and exhale here in down dog. Gaze between the hands, jump or step to the top. We're just going to inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. Wonderful. All we're going to do here is walk the hands over to the left. So a simple side stretch. And once you walk your hands over to the left to where you can't walk anymore, try to send the right hip crease back to the back of the room. It's a gentle inside stretch. Mix with your hamstrings. And let the head be heavy. Don't have any tension, hold the neck up. Let the head fall. One more breath here. So go ahead and start walking back to the center and over to the right with the hands. Again, just walk the fingers. I'm walking my hurt little finger over there. Once you get there, you're just breathing. Maybe you stop because your hamstrings feel that stretch. I feel it too. But once you get to that limit with your hamstrings, you just breathe until you pull in the lower navel. And then you start sending that left hip crease back. Again, it's an internal awareness, an internal movement. And then you get that little sweet spot, that stretch. Feels oh so good. Awesome. Go ahead and come back to the center. On your next inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, start to heel toe the feet, mat width apart. I'm going to face towards you here. And we're going to sit down into our full yogi squat. Lift the chest up, drop the chin slightly, get that straight spine from the hips all the way to the crown of the head. And breathe. Feels good. Just a couple more poses here. I'm already feeling super relaxed. So you might notice that your side bodies is definitely connected to your hips. So a lot of interchangeable movements here. So anytime you mess with the hips, you're always just feeling more relaxed. So go ahead and forward fold here and see if that's comfortable for the body. And let the head drop. Get heavy. Maybe you find a spot to where you can completely relax the body. No tension, where your body is just leveraging itself for another breath. Just a passive pose. Wonderful. From here, we're going to keep that forward fold. We're going to reach this left arm all the way under this left leg. And we're going to reach back for our bind. You reach the right arm back as well. But if a bind isn't in your practice, just plant this left hand down right here. And we're just going to reach this right hand up. But if a bind is in your practice, you bring a bend to that left elbow. Grab that right wrist or fingers if you can. Rotate this right shoulder to the right, lifting the chest up to the ceiling. And once you're here, again, pull in the lower navel and feel this right hip crease drop down to the back side of the room, down towards the back side of your mat right here. I'm sort of rotating my mat, so it's different for me. But just dropping the right hip crease down, one more breath. Awesome, slowly let go. Come to that forward fold again, and just walking to the right. Right arm reaches back, maybe you plant it, maybe you take your bind, grabbing the fingers or the wrist. I just grabbed my hurt finger again. That one actually hurt. Again, keeping the lower navel tucked in, dropping this left hip crease down. So again, you might have just like felt awareness in this small little flow of where your side body is and how to connect it. Mostly by pulling in that Uddiyana Bandha, that second bandha, that second lock in our low stomach. That is like the key in my opinion. So keeping that tucked, dropping that hip crease down, one more exhale. Slowly let go, come back to the front. We're just gonna sit down, lie onto your back, and hug the knees into your heart. Ah, oh, feels good. And let's just drop the knees over to the left. Gaze to the right. Find one breath deep into the stomach. Almost like you're trying to expand the side bodies with just your breath, your inhale and exhale. Then come back up into the other side, drop your knees to the right, gaze to the left. Just give a little blissful smile because it feels so good. Big breath into the low stomach. And then come back to the center, coming into your Shavasana next at your own pace. Bringing your feet mat width apart, maybe even wider so the toes can fall to the outer edges. Opening up the hips a little bit more. And the same thing with your hands. Always make sure the palms of the hands are facing the ceiling. So just gives that external rotation to the arms and the chest. And just feeling open and soft here. Taking a full body scan if you want to relax here in Shavasana. Just staying here, letting your breath be that guide. Lying there for as long as you need. As always, just thanking yourself for your practice. And I want to thank you for practicing with me. Until next time, peace.